I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down.
Moving on up, moving on up to the east side.
I blew that one, huh?
To
My bad.
relax upon the
Good evening, everybody. My name is Tim Snyder. I'm the host and creator or producer of Talkin Trash. We are an addiction recovery podcast. We work with other podcasts. We work with our fans or listeners directly. There's a lot of recovery going on here. And we're expanding. That's the point of the Jeffersons theme song. Getting more people involved, getting more experience, more years clean and sober. We have Kajsa. She's 5 years sober. Jim's got 3 years. Me and Will are babies at a year and a half. It's a great mix of recovery of people that are hanging on for dear life. So where recovery can be a curse, it can also be a blessing. It depends on how you look at it. And that's what we're trying to do for you. And we're trying to do it for ourselves. So let's get into our preamble and then we'll introduce the team. This is our humble broadcast where ethics and personal anonymity are of the utmost importance. We run this podcast as an act of service to those whose lives have been affected by addiction. We don't do it for profit or notoriety. We place principles before personalities. We benefit from this podcast just as much as anyone else. We all work programs and choose to sacrifice our own anonymity to spread the message that recovery is possible. We do this thing in an attempt to show as living examples that no matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. Not only is that the 9-step promise, it's our creed we abide by here on Talkin Trash. We feel called to uphold AA and NA principles. We firmly believe that you can only keep what you have by giving it away. Please join us for a moment of silence, followed by the Serenity Prayer. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So yeah, let's meet the team of Talkin Trash. We have a full cast here as the show is growing. All right, Tim Snyder, that's me. I'm one of the hosts of the show. I'm the producer of the show. I'm 18 months clean and sober. You got Mike Oxley. He's our resident medical professional. He was a nurse in recovery for over a decade. Kajsa, that's how it's pronounced. Kajsa is all over the internet, Facebook, message boards, spreading hope, and we're so glad that we found her. And then it's my boy, Willie Duggs. Will is an all-around stand-up guy. He has 18 months sober, and he's proud of the life he's built and the relationships he's mended. Jimmy Leibel, this guy is a beauty. He was one of our top fans, and it was a no-brainer to get him in the mix. And there's your new format and your new Talkin Trash team. Very excited for this year. The panel has so much to offer to spread the word that recovery is possible. I didn't have a shirt on, so now that we've all been formally introduced, let's get into the show. So let's go around and see how everybody's doing. As usual, we start with Michael Oxley.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
How are you guys?
I'm good. No, you're just on. We're going one by one. What's going on with you? You were sick?
Yeah, I'm sick, and I haven't seen my mom in a few days, so I hear that. The phone's ringing. Where are you? I'm sick.
Yeah.
I don't want to make everybody in the nursing home sick, but I'm feeling a lot better, and I think tomorrow is a full go.
Attaboy.
To go there, but everything's great. Everything's good. My Eagles are still in it, going to the Super Bowl as of Sunday.
Oh, you got to beat the Commanders first.
Yeah, okay. And it's going to be a glorious day. And then it just so happens that my brother will be in for the Super Bowl. He will be in town.
Wow. Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, he will be here in New Jersey.
Well, how about that? So, what a Sunday that's going to be. You're either going to come on excited or come on not at all. So, we're ready for that. Yeah, I get
I've been
it.
there before. This ain't my first
Mike-
dance.
Mike
I'm
say,
used to get my heart broken, man.
yeah, I get. Oh, dude, we're Philly fans. They'll blow it somehow. Mike's 55. He's from South Jersey. He's a stroke survivor. He's an LPN. Been in this business for over a decade. Been here since the start. He's a grandpop. And we'll go to me. I got my own intro music.
I'm scared.
Tim Snyder. I'm a moron. I'm 42 years old. Played hockey for a long time. There's me playing hockey for a long time. I crashed a truck into a tree and broke my neck. And there I am. So, yep, I'm a hot mess. Willie Douglas. How do we like this one? Hey, buddy.
What's up?
That's your intro music. I chose it for you.
Yeah.
Willie
Hey,
D
how are
in the
y'all?
house. Good.
Good.
Will's 42. There's something wrong with you. I don't get it. The Venga bus is playing right now. It's a shame.
Hey, it
You're
was me
42 years.
It was me last time.
I know this StreamYard is a pain in the balls. Will's
It's okay.
42. He's from Ranger, Georgia. He does speed. He's a year and a half clean. He's a good guy. We've been friends for about a year now. He's just solid all around. And he drives a Ford Taurus, which is great.
No, I don't.
So, last but not least, oh wait, it's Jim Leibel. He screwed it up. He bailed on tonight. So thanks a lot, Jim, for blowing it. Jim is part of our cast. He's like 60 years old. He is missing the show tonight, hosting H&I at a correctional facility. So thanks a lot, Jim. You blew it on your second show. And now it's Kajsa B. She's our friend. She is not from here. That is one hell of a...
I am not from here.
What a tongue that you got. My goodness.
Yep.
That's impressive. You shut your whore mouth. Not you. Just
Shut it.
me.
Shut it up tight.
Oh boy, yeah. So Kajsa's our friend. She's all over the internet. She's saving people's lives. It's pronounced Kajsa. And if you're really good friends with her, you can call her Kai, but you have to earn that. Has some Swedish blood in her. She has a little boy named Chewy LaRue. She grew up in Manhattan, Kansas, and Chewy LaRue is a good boy. So there you have it. There's our intros for Talkin' Trash. So we got enough stuff to bounce around. Let's see what we got here. Tonight we're going to talk about the mental obsession. It is dubbed a thing in AA, and I can speak from experience that it's hard and it can be debilitating to your recovery. And if you're not in recovery, you're just sober, the obsession is going to take you out. So that's what we're going to try and talk about a little bit tonight. And it's important because I brought it up because I know Kajsa will tell you the mental obsession has been lifted. And that's what I want. I want that. Now, is that true for me? I don't know. Am I doing something wrong? I don't so much obsess about getting high. I dream about it a lot. That doesn't help, and I'm in a lot of pain. I'm like, that would help, so like it's there. It doesn't run me. I do not want to get high today. I can say that and mean it, but there's a mental obsession behind it too. You cannot want to get high and still have the obsession. So I found that very interesting. Looking forward to talking about that. This is episode 77. Holy shnikes.
It's a miracle. Oh, this is... welcome to the miracle.
Let's take a look at how cold it is in Saskatchewan. It's a heat wave. It's negative 5 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 22 degrees normal people temperature. I don't know why anybody would like to live in Regina. It sounds awful, but hats off to you, Jim. You blew it. Thanks for not coming to work. Today is Celebration of Life Day. I guess that's a thing. I didn't realize that was a thing. So yeah, Celebration of Life. Tomorrow is World Misery Day.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the one I like to. That's my holiday. So this
World
is heaven.
Misery
I hate it. I made a joke, Mike. It's
all right.
today's that.
Hey, you never know. Everything
Yeah,
has a day. Who knows?
Yes. So
Never know.
tomorrow is that. That's today. That's tomorrow. I love that one. That's one of my favorite memes. This is heaven. I hate it. I think my neighbor has a drug problem, cutting out lines.
They're round. They're not even lying.
Yeah, those are. Oh my god, that's a full eighth right there. I heard there's a pill that'll cure addiction. I wonder what two of them will do. The 13th step is step 1 plus step 12. My life is unmanageable, and I'd like to share it with you. And there's Patrick Stewart, half naked. We're going to look at 77s just for a minute, just to bounce around a little bit. These people are 77 years old. Elton John, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Hillary Clinton, Stephen King, and James Woods. Right? He was the Dr. Bob movie or whatever. The best 77s in hockey. This was really for Jimmy and me, but he's not here again. Ray Bork, Paul Coffey, Victor Hedman, TJ Oshie, Anson Carter, says the black guy. He's right there. One of my favorite players. Adam Oates, Pierre Turgeon, Jeff Carter, and Chris Gratton with his stupid face. Let's see what happened in 1977. Well, Jimmy Carter was sworn in as the 39th president. The Raiders beat the Vikings in Super Bowl, what is that, 11? I don't remember numerals. Star Wars A New Hope was released in theaters. I'm going to play my ColecoVision and go watch the... Saturday Night Fever started the disco craze. Thanks for that. Skateboards became popular with children. And the son of Sam was arrested and charged. And that's what happened in 1977. Interesting, right?
Nice.
So Mike, this is for you.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles beat the Rams, so they will be moving on to play the Commanders on Sunday at 3.
Right here
Mike's
at
either
the link.
at the link. Mike's either going to come to work angry or he's not going to come to work at all. So, something like that. It's going to affect his performance, that's for sure. It's a big day. I remember a time in my life where I lived this shit. I was paying the $880 ticket and going to the playoff game. That was I lived for it. Now I don't care anymore. I just don't give a shit. So yeah, tickets as low as $880. They're also accepting babies 4 to 8 months as collateral payment. So that's the Eagles game.
See, but me going now needs so much prep, and I would need so much planning for me with my limited movements. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like I couldn't walk from like the J lot. You know what I'm saying?
I
From
know.
Jetro lots all the way in
Yep.
there. I need to prep for this stuff. You know?
Yeah, it's
So,
a process.
no. Or I would go more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I started going when they played at the Vet, and that was a nightmare. There was always a problem. Fights or
Oh yeah, the vet was.
when players lost their career playing on the turf. So, like, yeah, that's the Vet. So, real quick, so Elizabeth McKeon, we're kind of workshopping some ideas. We're gonna work with her going forward. I've hinted to my staff about it, but I'm announcing it now. She is plugged in, boy. She gets grants. She is, and she's all over our podcast. She had me on her podcast. 270,000 people saw my fat ass sitting in a chair. That's cool. And here's the thing. You know what? I'm actually proud of that. I look at it, I'm like, you fat tub. And then I'm like, yep, there was a time you were rail thin, chasing drugs, and now you're fat, dumb, and happy. So, like, I don't care. I'm proud of that weight. We're gonna talk about this kratom thing. I know all of it inside and out. I tried everything. She wants to get kratom from different gas stations. She wants to buy a ton of it. I'm sure she'll get a grant to do it. And she knows somebody at University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, that will test these substances for us and tell you what's in them chemically. So that could be fun. She wants to do it live on our show. We'll see how that works out. It's on her show the other day.
Probably formaldehyde. Probably.
Yeah. Well, I can tell. What started her thinking about it is the story that I told, where, I got piss tested at my sober house, and I failed for everything. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm not using. It was a big problem. I was taking kratom, thinking I'm sober, and I failed for every drug. So I'm sure it doesn't have every drug in it. That's why you send it to UNC Chapel Hill. But like It's got stuff in it, and I found a particular brand that it had to have some kind of narcotic in it because my head blew off my shoulders.
I think there was a couple of people over there in near Good Landing that are near that area, whatever. When we were there, that had bought kratom from the gas station and OD'd on fentanyl that was in it.
What?
That's
See,
what I think. Somebody that was one of my roommates said, or had said that.
now these companies, there's a few of them. They know that they're not going to put fentanyl in it. If there's fentanyl in it, somebody did it along the line. Yeah. So these companies, they're not regulated by the FTC. They pretty much have a green light to do whatever the hell they want. And I can tell you firsthand, I tried 50 different strains, capsules, powder. Oh, when I think about the powder, it literally makes me sick.
Buddy, I have good stuff, buddy.
Oh yeah, you want this? You want 2 for 20? 2 for.
Yeah.
So I used to take the powder, put it in a glass, and it was just mud, and I was just drinking dirt. It was the most disgusting thing. But then I was like kind of high after it. So I found these particular pills, and I will not announce what they are. There's something wrong with those pills. There's something. It's not an opiate high, but it's like an MDMA high. Like your head is 10 feet above your shoulders. So there's something going on there, and I'm interested. She's interested. She has resources. I want to get the whole crew involved. I want everybody to get involved. You know, that's how this thing works. Is when I shut the hell up and we all start talking. Unfortunately, I'm the host, and I'm a narcissistic asshole. So yeah, we got a trash shop opening up. You want some swag? Let me know. You know what? Don't let me know. I'm having. Yeah, if you want something, let me know. I'm working on it. I don't know what that is.
What
Empty
is that?
Trash can. I'm just being clever. And that's what empty the
Throwing
trash.
away the
Don't worry about
booze.
it. So look at this. I saw this the other day. Came across my world. It's called the Sub Slicer. It's a Suboxone cutter for extremely accurate dosing. Are you kidding me? It's on eBay. You can buy it.
It's a cutter. Is a cutter. There's no special sub cutter.
Listen, if you want to take 2 milligrams of slub, you rip a little piece off the corner. You don't cut it down like this. People, this is ridiculous. First of all, you're an idiot. Second of all, you can't count. Third of all, you probably don't have insurance. Fourth of all, there's no reason to be on 0.125 milligrams. Fifth of all, you're dumb. And sixth of all, maybe your sobriety shouldn't depend on eBay. So, like, if people are doing this, I get it. I have done the wean down thing before with the numerous drugs. But I wasn't slicing things up in the micrograms. There's no need for spending $20 on that. So I saw that the other day.
An OCD addict right there.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us are OCD. You know what I mean? In our own addictive ways, we do the drug a certain way. We handle it a certain way. This is a whole new level of insanity. I've done the sub dig. I've done the sub taper myself. It's 8 milligrams. It's an 8 milligram rectangle. So you fold it in half and rip it. Now it's a 4 milligram thing. You fold that in half, rip it. Now it's a 2 milligram thing. You fold that in half, rip it. That's 1 milligram. It's not that hard. You're just folding them and ripping them. There's no need for this.
Sometimes you don't even get to that point. You
No,
don't
exactly.
Need it. To me, this is telling you take the whole thing. You know.
When I came off subs, I was at 2 milligrams. I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it wasn't like full on withdrawal, but it was like lingering withdrawal. It was like it was there, you know, it was there. All of a sudden your legs hurt or you're a little flush or whatever, but it's manageable. So don't be pussies and don't buy the sub slicer. It's whatever. If you want to be a moron, do that. I just want to reiterate, 86,000 people died from overdose last year, 2024. Mike, that's Giant Stadium. I didn't think you'd be happy with that. But I needed 86,000 people, and I'm shocked it holds 86,000. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big barn. It's dry January. Yes, you can still smoke crack. And that's about it for my stupid stuff. PSA. I don't have a choice. PSA, my stupid brother-in-law. His new alias is Donnie Wiener. I'm getting people asking me if it's him. So this is your warning. Don't accept his friend request. The dude's not right. His hobby is me. So that's a shame. We have upcoming guests. This is fun. We have Tina C coming on next Thursday. Did I do this already? Oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Nikki D coming on.
The original, one of our originals.
February 2nd. And here's the thing. it's Groundhog Day. How am I going to work that in? Because now Nick's back, and it's like whatever. So yeah, so it's Groundhog Day on the 2nd. Nick is going to be in studio. I know he's excited. We had a great time with Nick. He's a good guy. So yeah, the 29th, Tina, the 2nd, back to backers. And we like to do that, mix it up a little bit. And they're two friends of the show, so they're used to our nonsense. And a little throwback. There's the Super Mario thing we did. Nikki's in the middle there, and then you got Tina. I love her. She's actually sitting on a bench, but I cut it out. So that's it. Yeah, we have. Let's get to the daily reflections real quick. And Kajsa, my friend, would you mind?
Hi, I'm Kajsa, alcoholic addict. Here I go.
Hi, Kajsa.
Daily reflections. Okay, a few hours later, I took my leave of Dr. Bob. The wonderful old broad smile was on his face as he said almost jokingly, "Remember, Bill, let's not louse this thing up. Let's keep it simple." I turned away, unable to say a word. That was the last time I ever saw him. Alcoholics Anonymous comes of age, page 214. After years of sobriety, I occasionally ask myself, can it be this simple? Then at meetings, I see former cynics and skeptics who have walked the AA path out of hell by packaging their lives without alcohol. Is that right? Okay. Without alcohol into 24-hour segments during which they practice a few principles to their best of their individual abilities. And then I know again that while it isn't always easy, if I keep it simple, it works.
Kajsa, tell us what you took away from that.
Well, it reminded me of what I just read this past Monday in my big book study. That it's simple. It's a simple program.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people say that it's they're too smart for it.
Yeah.
But nobody's too dumb for AA.
Yep.
But there was a guy in our group that did not know how to read. And he learned how to read by reading the big book and working the steps. Anyway, it's simple.
Well, if you're going to read something for the first time, that would be a good start. Well, keep it simple, stupid. I mean, not you. I'm doing the phrase.
What?
We plan everything out. We make the mistake before it happens. We slip before the fall. So yeah, this is an important thing. Will, what did you take away from that reading?
It's as simple as you make it, or I mean, it's as simple as hard as you make it. It's up to you.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, and when we do overcomplicate it, we're gonna miss the mark because the mark isn't up there where we're shooting for. It's dead
and if
center.
you're overcomplicating it, then you just got reservations to not, to go back out. So it's all there.
Great point.
I remember when I was talking to my friend that was in the program 5 years before I was, and I said to her, I don't know, I was about a year and a half into it, and I said, you know what? I said, this was really easy.
Yeah.
But that's because I was so willing to do whatever it took. So to me, it's very easy.
That's a great point. Yeah. When it's about relinquishing control, and it's the first step, admitting we have a problem and our life is unmanageable. If you can say those words and mean it, and that's really important because you don't know anything. When you first walk into the rooms, you don't know anything. Because if you need to walk into the room, you have a problem. And you're looking for help, and you walk in and you compare, you don't identify, you go through these stages. They say, keep coming back. So at some point, if you really want this thing, you realize I heard something they just said, and they just described my story. Holy shit, I'm not the only person that has that story. Now you got my attention, AA. And that's when you drop those defenses and talk to somebody, get a sponsor, humble yourself to say, I need help. My life is unmanageable. And, and that's how the program works. Kajsa, when did you first go to an AA? Did you have experiences with it before you went 5 years ago? No.
I only saw my friend, get sober and change. And that's why I knew I needed to do it. And then, of course, my liver specialist suggested AA because it's free. And, he's a liver specialist.
Yeah.
So I went to rehab first. And then when I got out of rehab, I went to my first AA meeting. But I
Mhm.
also did IOP for 2
Yeah.
months after I got out of rehab. So I was doing AA and IOP at the same time. And then
Well,
IOP ended.
3 days a week. The IOP is that?
Yeah.
What it is? Yeah.
For 2 months. And we did a lot of writing. It was a positive recovery IOP. And I mean, we wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote all kinds of stuff. And
Yeah.
it was, I mean, I was able to get rid of so much stuff just by all this writing. Then I had to read it to everybody, which I didn't want to, you know, but everybody's like, oh
Yeah.
my God, that's so good. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's-
You know,
I know we're so self-conscious.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a big thing. I mean, I've never worked the steps, and maybe that's why I still have the obsession. I don't know. I don't. I am vehemently against, and I'm starting to soften up, but I'm just against telling someone else my private business. I just don't. Maybe that worked in the 50s. It just doesn't feel right to me. So
Tim?
I work. Yeah,
Tim, a suggestion:
please.
do your 4th and 5th step with a priest.
Like, yeah, all right.
And you don't even
What?
have, I mean, you know,
But do it in the confessional thing. Walk in there.
I don't know. I didn't do it that way, but that's what people have told me. Their sponsor told them, do your 4th and 5th with the
Yeah.
priest.
Asking for a friend.
For those of us that don't know, the 4th and 5th step, can you give me like a sentence about each one so the audience is on the same page? The 4th and 5th step you're referring to that you would refer Kajsa to have a priest involved in?
Okay, the 4th step is you do a fearless and searching moral inventory of yourself.
Right.
Okay, so for me, my sponsor had me make a list of every single person that I had a resentment towards.
Okay.
Okay, so and then I go through and then I put down, you know, what they did, you know, and then you go down the line, you do all that. Then once you get all that done, and it took me about a month and a half to do that, because once I started writing, I realized I had a whole lot of freaking resentments, and everybody did all this shit to me.
Can I ask a question?
Mhm.
What's the difference between the 8th step and the 4th step then?
Okay, hold on. So the 4th step is about you, okay? Because
Right.
you're doing a fearless and moral inventory of yourself. Then once you do all that, the 5th step is you tell yourself, another person, and God the exact nature of your wrong. So you go through and you do your 4th step. You tell them all your 4th step.
Yeah.
Okay. The 8th step is when you're willing to make a list of all the persons you had harmed and became willing to make an amends to them. Now
So what you're saying is there's people that you hold resentments to when you're doing your own moral inventory, usually are the same names that are floating out there for 8 that you're
Yep.
supposed to find them and make your
right.
Right.
But
So
there
that's
may
where
but there may be some differences there. A
Well,
moral
there might
inventory
be.
of myself has nothing to do with anybody else. That's why I have trouble seeing the correlation between the two.
But you have to do the step. You have to work it. I mean, you can't just go, okay, well, you do this. Well, there's a whole lot involved and you just got to
Right.
get in and you got to dig.
But I don't know. Does it automatically mean that I resent somebody else because I'm doing a moral inventory
No,
of
but
myself?
the thing is that you find out things that you didn't really realize.
Mhm.
You know, and then
I
you
see what
see
you're
that.
saying. They are connected.
Yeah. I mean, you have to actually, you know, you have to work it. You have to do it. You know, it's hard to just to tell somebody, you know, because it's in depth. You got to get in there and you got to not be scared. And if you're scared, just do it anyway, because you're going to learn so much about yourself. And it was such a mother load off of me just doing that. I mean, it changed my life. I'm still alive, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just real quick, Mike made up a new word. He said ultimatic. Sounds like ultimatum, sounds like automatic. I like that.
Automatic.
So, I mean, for me, my recovery, I cannot get these fucking. Look at this. Anybody getting sick? I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure it out. For me, I got to a point where I was nowhere near the rooms. I was a lost cause, and I don't know. I didn't die, and I've been given the gift of life again. So, like, the first thing I did is I went and got on maintenance, because Tim will do an opiate at some point. Tim has no control when if an opiate's in front of him, a pill or whatever. I have no control not to crush it up and snort it. I don't have that control. I don't have it. It's been plaguing me for years. And to say that to normal people, they're like, "You're an asshole. Just don't do it." That's not how it works.
No.
So I got on a maintenance program where I cannot get high. Finally, I can focus on recovery, right? So, like, am I recovered? Am I high? Am I not? I'm not high, but like, is it a crutch? Maybe, but it's a good crutch because I've been able to focus on the reasons I used in the first place. That is the mental obsession.
Obsession to me doesn't mean addiction. They're two different things. Obsession and addiction. To me, that line gets crossed. Your obsession becomes an addiction when it affects those around you. That's the line. When it affects marriage, job, when it affects those around you, that's when your obsession becomes an addiction.
Right.
And that's just something that I thought happens in all facets of life. When your obsession becomes an addiction is when it hurts other people.
Yeah,
And
true. Obsession
so-
can also mean OCD, stuff like that. That's
right, exactly.
So,
Okay.
I'm going to play a quick clip. This explains the mental obsession. And they go in, they get an IV, and they would inject them with ketamine. So, as an addict, as myself, how would that work? That seems like getting high to me. But
It would be too appetizing.
I would wonder about
the
that.
gray
too.
line.
Yeah.
I recreationally used ketamine.
I did too.
Yeah, I was probably 19 years old.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bet IV is something else. I'll bet that's a blast.
You might have a good time, but
Gimme.
Yeah, give me.
Tim, that nasal
then
spray
walk
be
home.
going.
Oh yeah, I've been using Afrin, like can't breathe.
I love Afrin.
Can't breathe, can't sleep. Let me tell you how that would look for me. I'd know the appointment was coming. I'm driving down to the appointment. I got dopamine flowing, just like I was going to buy drugs or something. I don't think it would be good for me. And unfortunately, my inner drug addict says, "Go put an IV in your arm and go get high." But it's not. You're not using it's. So I'm not even sure I qualify. But like for me, my personal thing, and I have to hold myself accountable. If I went down that road and I was thinking about it. It would be for the wrong reasons. The reason I played that is because I would have a physical reaction to going to buy drugs. That I would legitimately get high with no drugs in my system.
Right.
I don't know if anybody else.
I've heard of that before. I've seen people hear the war stories, even at rehab, and start to salivate at people's stories. Whether the thrill of going to a bad neighborhood, the thrill of going down an alley to buy heroin or fentanyl now, to buy the thrill of the hunt to get what they want gets them off a little bit. That's the what's the word I'm looking for? That's the juice that keeps them going. I mean, they get off on the chase, almost Pavlovian when people will talk about it.
Right. And like I wonder how it differs between addicts and alcoholics, because actually I was an alcoholic for a little while. Like it certainly was easier because I didn't have to meet my dealer, and then he's right around the corner, and 3 hours later he shows up and he forgot your bundle and like everything's fucked up. But like I knew the liquor store opened at 9 a.m. I knew if I had $7 I could go buy a pint of Fireball or whatever, and so that became an obsession of mine. I got to wake up today. I got to get alcohol in my system at some point, and then I got to go to bed, and hopefully I don't wake up tomorrow.
You just said that you were getting it in your body at some point. Obsessing over it is one thing. Doing it is another.
Well, I mean, I had to get on a bike. I had to ride 4 miles to go to the liquor store, and if it's raining, it didn't matter. I went and did that, and that's the obsession in motion. That's you acting on those obsessions. And that takes addicts out. It takes addicts out all the time, especially in early recovery. They don't they don't realize that just because they're clean, the obsession is not lifted. People in AA, the rooms, they'll tell you the obsession has been lifted. It's a miracle in sobriety. That obsession is never going to leave.
It's a miracle. Oh.
Like as far as like your obsession, did you obsess to go get booze? Did you?
Oh
did
my
you?
God.
Did you hop? Did you like all the things that they say?
It was, when I think about it, I get exhausted. The lengths I would go to. So, you know, when I started to drink every single day, which was the last 3 years of my drinking career, I would make sure that I was up and showered and out of the house 10 minutes before 7, so I could make it to one of my stores to get the booze, because Monday through Saturday you could buy beer or wine. Well, I don't like beer, so I drank wine, those little tiny bottles, because I could conceal them in my bra and in my purse and all over the frickin' place. So, because the liquor store didn't open till later, I didn't really want to drink vodka at work, you know, whatever. But yeah, so I would make sure I left 10 minutes before 7. I would set an alarm to walk out my door, make it to the place by 7, buy my booze, immediately start drinking. I would buy enough to last me throughout the day. And then after I got off work, I would buy more. And then I would make sure I had booze by the side of my bed, so when I woke up in the middle of the night, I could take a big old chug and go back to sleep. And then, you know, and I rinse and repeat. And times when I was like, okay, I'm not going to drink. It's Saturday night. Okay, well, you can't buy booze. You can't buy hard liquor on Sunday here in Texas. So I won't drink. Oh, well, Jesus. Then I'd wake up shaking, and I would be sitting there wringing my hands, waiting for the restaurant down the street to open, because they knew me. So I knew I could get there at 11:15. They opened at 11, but I could get there 15 minutes early. I could order 3 shots of tequila, and then I would get like a triple vodka soda. And I'd throw a couple Bloody Marys in there somewhere, doubles, you know. Sure. You know, just to get my base. But yeah, so and then I would sit there and I would wring my hands, and I would shake, and it was just awful. God. And then I'd get my ass down to the restaurant, you know, and they're like, "Oh, ¿cómo está?" And I'm like, yeah, tequila, we, you know, and then and I just start two-fisted it, just drinking. And then I'd get a little something to eat, and then I'd be okay. Yep. Leveled off. Right. And then I could go out and do some stuff and get some wine here and there or whatever. Other days when I thought about it and planned, I would make sure I had a whole shit ton of vodka. Would you in that time, would you call yourself a functioning alcoholic? Like, not looking back, but like while you're doing it, like, did you I don't know if functioning's right, but I mean, I think the reason I didn't get fired from my job is because I had been there for so long, and I was loyal. And her daughter, her daughter had been in rehab. So her daughter had issues. Tom Yang, listen to me. Her daughter had issues with alcohol and drugs, and went to rehab for like 11 months. And I was there holding down the fort by myself. Right. So she wanted to give me a chance too, you know, to get better. That's why, you know, they allowed me to go to rehab, and they knew I had a problem, but they never said anything, you know, which I'd have just fought them for it. Yeah, that's not helping you. No. When they won't say nothing, you know. Did you do the liquor store rodeo where you go to one and then you go to another one? Absolutely. Well, the liquor store, I did that more so with with my morning runs, you know. I had 4 different places I would go, and I wouldn't go there 2 days in a row because I thought, well, I don't want these guys to know I'm an alcoholic, because I know I am, even though I'm not going to admit it to anybody. So I'll just, you know, I've got them fooled. And do you know, when I got out of rehab, when I went into each one of those stores, every single person said to me, "Well, I haven't seen you in a while. You're not going to buy any, you're not getting any wine this morning?" And I'm like, holy shit. And I said, you know what? I went to rehab, and I'm not drinking anymore. And they said, well, I'm happy. Matter of fact, I saw a girl tonight when I went to Walgreens to get a prescription that was ready for me. And she was one of the ones that said to me, "You're not drinking?"
Yeah.
And I said, no, honey, I quit drinking and I went to rehab and I have a problem, blah, blah, blah. She still works there at Walgreens. This is 5 years later. She still works there. And when she
Crazy.
sees me pull up, she's like, hi, Miss Reynolds, I got your prescription, And she did say to me a while back, she's like, you really look a lot better. I'm really happy for you. So, to hear that, somebody who doesn't even know me, but
Yeah.
they watched me, that
Yup.
it breaks my heart to
Yeah.
think that, I was so bad off and that I had to do myself like that, but I could not go without it.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Well, in your active addiction, like, what did it look like for you? Like, what was a regular day when you were ripping and running?
It all depends. I mean, I always like to have my own, so therefore, I mean, I would always have my own stuff, whatever. So therefore, I didn't have to. That was always the goal, to make sure I had enough. So therefore, I didn't have to wake up in the morning or whatever in the middle of the night and have to go try to find it or try to find money to get it, or someone that had it, or But it was always a process, always. And
Yeah.
But but it was funny because if I didn't have it, it was always the same obsessions on how to get it. And then when I did get it, it was always like I would do the same just stupid obsessions throughout the day,
Right.
But it was a full time. It was a full time job plus some,
Yeah, I get it. I mean, Mike, in as a nurse, could you see the guys, the ones that are either drug seeking or they're not there for the right reasons? Could you see that, like, just in plain sight? Yeah, I kind of thought so.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the ones that would buck up and go near the ones that weren't there, I guess the ones that would tell stories, be into the stories, not into the mistakes, into the stories.
The glory.
Glory. Yeah, drug glory. You could see them have
Glory hole.
excitement, but I will say this.
Get in there.
I never
Get
saw
in
anyone from hearing a glory story
Oh,
or
yeah.
a war story. I've never seen anybody that was there for the right reasons be swayed. It was an excuse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
Nobody decided to use again because of somebody's story.
Yeah.
It was already predetermined that they weren't ready, and they just weren't ready. And that was fine. Go home. Save this bed space for somebody that is ready. Was always my point.
Yeah, agreed. I mean,
Till you are ready.
In that kind of rehab, in that kind of upscale rehab, it is, it's the majority of those people are going to either come back or end up dead, and that's and most of them are 26 years old and younger because they're on mommy and daddy's insurance.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
It's it depends on where you are and what you're looking at. So let's do some clean time. Well, it's that time. It is clean time. What is clean time, you ask? Yeah, what is it? I'm glad you asked, because I'm going to tell you. All right, clean time is the amount of days or years that you've been clean and sober. We're a family here on T-Dubs, so let's get into our clean time segment. Michael.
Hey, there I am. I'm bald.
Yeah.
Corbin Johnson, 35 days.
Woo, Corbin!
37 days for IP Freely. Obviously not his real
Go
name.
IP.
43 days for Misty Hayes.
Hey, Misty.
Hi, girl.
Deborah H. 52 days.
Awesome. Keep coming back.
Daisy McLean. 71 days.
Go, Daisy.
Jeanette R. 77 days. And it's episode 77. How about that?
Yay.
How about that?
88 days for Dustin Wells. Great job, Dustin.
Awesome, Dustin.
Tara Dixon. 98 days.
Woo, get close to 100 there, Tara.
Man,
Timothy F. 98 days also.
I like to celebrate a little bit later.
104 days.
All right.
Jeremy Moore. Great job, Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy.
Jason D. Proud of you, man. 119 days.
Oh, boy.
Bridget Shiat. 121 days.
Awesome, Bridget.
There's KW. 124 days.
Okay.
Somebody
127
I'd hang
days.
out with.
Alan Batherson. Look at you, Alan.
Keep coming back, Alan.
Hallie McDermott. 134 days. Proud of her.
Haley.
Skyler S, 134 days. Oh, they cut out a few teeth.
I gotta fix that.
154 days for David
All
McDowell.
right.
Boy,
165 days for John Brown.
Awesome, John. Keep coming back.
Valencia K, 167 days. This is real.
Hey,
time.
rocking it there, Valencia.
170 days. Katarina D.
Katarina, come on, girl.
Vanessa M, 176 days.
Come on.
Hey, one of my favorites, April.
Come back.
look at this. 6 months.
Monty Party.
Monty Fonny, 6 months. Look at this. Alex Katrine, 6 months.
Oh, my
6 months
goodness.
6 months is 182 and a half days. It's hard to do that.
Okay, thank you. Samantha Hess, 190 days. Go ahead.
Michael? Did Michael
Anthony
pass
Seals,
away?
190 days.
Michael's gone. Yep. Keep going. Way to go, Justin East.
Destiny J. Daniel G, 197 days.
Attaboy.
Michaela Booker, 223 days.
That'll do. Sweets.
Frank Kenny, 225 days.
Whoop, whoop.
Andres Estrada, 227 days. Rico, 229 days. Go Suave.
Yeah.
David D, 230 days.
Boy, DD.
All right, AJ Hamilton, 225 days, Broham. Kristen A, 232 days. Alex M, 235 days.
Good job, Alex M.
Crikey, it's Steve W. He's got 242 days, mate.
Mike.
Tony J, 258 days.
Looking good.
Maria Gladden.
Michael, you all right over there?
240 days. He can't hear.
I don't know.
Jen, 200.
Wagner.
Yeah, someone's.
Sorry.
No, it's not you. Jared Black, 275 days.
Booyah.
Mandy Jean, 317 days.
Kissy.
And here's Jamie Michelle, 323 days. Good job, Jamie. I'm proud of you. 340 days for Deshaun Papa. 347 for Desiree Murphy. 354 days. Listen to that. Run around
on
effect,
me.
Ricky. Ricky has
1
sound effects.
year.
Welcome to the miracle.
Cassie Spencer,
It's a
congratulations.
miracle. Oh, this is welcome to the miracle.
405 days for KDM.
Again. Will work.
411 for Patricia G.
Patty.
407 for Greg Leppa.
I like that name.
See, we all know Colby J, and I'm not talking Keith. 4.
Triple
Ronnie
four.
J, 457 days. Way to go, Ronnie. And our old friend, Tommy W. You are a friend, not our old friend. 464.
I don't know. Fuzzy animals.
472. And there he is himself. 545 days.
How cute. Jimmy
Yeah.
3
Lives.
years for our very own Jimmy Lee.
Vibes.
Oh, wow. Amelia Quattro, 3 years. Good job,
Girl.
Amelia. And we
April.
know April Pritchard, 3 years.
We do.
I think she has a diamond in her nose.
Something
3
like that.
years for Jeffrey S.
Yeah, Jeffrey.
Glory
Jeffrey.
And our very good friend, Tyler Brandon, 3 years. Pretty good,
Good
man.
time.
And
Hold
look
on.
at this, Bill Montez.
It's a
Put on the
miracle.
brakes,
Oh, this is welcome to
4
the
years.
miracle.
That is no joke. And we got our very own Kajsa.
I look like
I
an
like-
evil doll.
Yeah, you're a doll.
Evil.
Lisa
Yeah.
Wilson,
Lisa Wilson.
6 years.
Girl.
Simon Cross, we all know him. Straightforward stuff, 6 years. Tina C, 8 years.
Woo-hoo, Tina.
Oh, she'll be on next week.
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, 13 years, Neil K. Do what he
Look,
does.
we have a new leader.
26 years, Ryan K. Man, that's unbelievable.
Hey, who's the most important part of the room?
Would be the newcomers. 10 years for, no, I'm sorry, 10 days for Ellis Schaefer. 15 days for Matthew D.
For that.
And Randall F. 23 days. First month is a couple, guys. Hang in there. 26 days. LaVonda Shirley? Or was that LaFonda? LaVonda?
I don't know. Great job, everyone.
I'm proud of everyone.
Corbin Johnson hit 30. So did IP Freely. Alex Petrine, 6 months. Monty Bonnie, 6 months. Samantha S., her little girl, 6 months. Kathy Spencer, 1 year. Stella Montez, 4 years. And this guy Jim brought in the mix, 25 years. 26 years. If you want to be on Clean Time, email Mike. Don't email me.
Great. Yeah,
Yep.
Mike or Tim at trashtagpodcast.com. Listen,
right.
I usually don't bring it up, guys, but was it the way you framed pictures? Where was the girl with purple hair? Remember?
No, I don't. I know April R was missing last week. I found her. The girl with the purple hair.
Yeah, did I say your hair still be purple? You're still be...
Oh, it's Bridget Sheads. Isn't it Shade? I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
Well, it's just one of those things. What are you guys watching after this?
Oh, wait, that's tomorrow. I think some new shows come out tomorrow. Like the new seasons of shows, like The Night Agent or something like that.
Oh, I like The Night Agent.
I think that starts tomorrow.
I like all the Apple ones, like Silo and
Something new is coming out on Apple because I just got.
Oh yes, Severance.
Oh, season 2.
Yep, season 2 of Severance.
I see. I didn't see season
Such
1.
a great show.
I have all the good shows are on Apple, and you know what? I have Apple, and I only got Apple. I only got Apple, I believe, for I don't know why.
Well, I
I
mean,
don't know why I have it, but I have it. Oh,
you
I
have
think
an
I
iPhone.
originally got it. What was on Apple years ago? I don't know.
iPods. I don't know. Oh, shows? I don't know.
Show-wise, what was the big show maybe a couple years ago for Apple?
Apple, big show. Invasion.
Wasn't Mandalorian. That was Disney, right?
That's Disney. And that's stupid anyway. Apple show. You got me your hold on.
It was a big deal. It was a very good show.
Was it the one where he could go into the box and what was that?
Was it Ted Lasso?
Oh, it's Ted Lasso. That was the biggest one. Yep.
That was on Apple.
Yes, that was on Apple.
Okay.
Along with Dark Matter, which is awesome.
And the News Girls, the one with the news show.
Yep.
It was about
The morning show.
That
For All
was
Mankind.
right.
Foundation was awesome.
Right.
I highly suggest watching the first season of Severance and then watching this new season. Silo, the same thing. Steve with Jason Momoa, that was fun. They had great shows. They really do. Like Slow Horses was good, and the morning show and all that stuff. Speaking of shows, let's take a look at some of our celebrities. I don't know what it means. Oh, silver and Sorella.
Dyslexic?
We combine two words into one. It is Stevie Nicks. She's celebrating 30 years. Awesome. Yeah. Ozzy Osbourne. Look out. They're crazy.
Now that's a trip right there.
Is he ever? Holy shnikes. 11 years, this guy, Ozzy Osbourne.
You go.
And that's like nothing. That's like, he's like 78 years old, 11 years. He stopped getting high when he was 60. So I like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, good on him if he can run it like
Absolutely.
that. 55 years for Danny. How do I say that, Kajsa?
Trejo,
80 years old, 55 years clean. He got sober when he was 11. And lastly, but not leastly, Sir Elton John, 77 years old, 34 years. It is a miracle.
Yeah.
So there you have it. Celebrities. I said titties.
I gotta get used to your new script. That new script for your new way of doing it, I like it.
Yeah, I know.
I just gotta get used to your script.
It's hard. It's hard to do it. A whole different font world I'm not used to. I go into glyphs.
It's fantastic. So far, it's been fantastic.
It's been good. It's been good.
I thought it was me. At the end there, I had trouble with, I think it was Craig Clipper. You know, the guy that looks like a mugshot. Was it Greg Ripper?
Well, C's are all right, but the G's look like
lower
case
throw me off
or something. Like Tina's thing. Like that wasn't easy to do.
That could easily be a G. And your sevens look like ones
They're not my anything. It's in the font. Like yeah, like I'm writing this shit out. Oh my god!
That's
right?
awesome, you guys.
So yeah,
We
see it.
got who?
Upcoming
Nick
guests.
coming next week, and we got Tina coming.
Yep, Tina coming first next Wednesday. She's excited. I love that picture of her wearing the Talkin Trash swag.
Yeah.
And then Nicky D in the place to be. He's an
blue with
animal.
his
This
beard.
guy. He
I'm
looks
anxious
good.
to see what he's been up to.
Yeah, I wish he had some kind of skin disease where he had to shave his beard off because I don't know what he looks like under there. Really, I mean, you have no idea.
You're right.
He's
Since even
you
the
know,
RCA days,
Are you
Yeah.
curious?
I am
he wasn't
bi-curious.
that hipster. Like it wasn't that hipster.
No, he wasn't. But
You know, it wasn't that full of a beard. But yeah, even all the way back then. I'm going
Yeah.
back to 2018.
if I
I've
didn't,
never
if I
seen him with that.
if I did real pictures of people, you could actually see it. This is the closest thing to a real picture. But like, if you took that beard off, I mean, all right, I don't want him
I
to
don't know
get
if
skin.
his cheeks would be chubbier or actually
No.
make him look thinner in the face.
I
I'm
think he
thinking it
has.
would make him look fatter in the face.
I think,
think
it
he has
would make
no-
him look heavier in the face.
Agreed. Probably no
Without the beard?
jawline.
Without it.
Without a
Without it,
doubt.
he looks like he's got like gerbil cheeks or something.
Yeah, he's got
Chipmunk?
high cheekbones. I wonder if he's got a chin anymore. You know what I mean? You never know. You got to get in
Right.
there.
You don't know.
Get in.
No, Nicky's a great dude. I don't want him to get skin disease. It's just we got to switch it up. And I am so sick of hearing my own voice. I don't mean to overtake things, but like it's a lot of work, and I do a lot of shit, and I just end up getting mixed into it.
So what did that sound like live when I disappeared? Did I just simply disappear?
Yes.
Saying people's
Yep.
names? Okay.
Sounded like
I
nothing.
don't know how.
We covered it.
People still get through.
We
I have
covered
on
it.
Do not disturb, and people still get through.
You got to put it on airplane mode. Oh, that wouldn't work because you have to.
No,
use
I
the
tried
internet.
that before.
Right.
And you can't get on.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't have to tell you, Mike. You got to figure this
Maybe I
shit
use
out.
an iPad. I just can't understand it.
All right, so when we start getting sponsorships, I'll buy you a computer that you can.
I'm not that
use, right?
important that I get a
Mhm.
call
Sure.
at 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's us. Bear with me as we get our footing. We got great co-hosts. We got a great team here. It takes time to kind of get your repertoire. Is that a word? I don't know. It takes time to get your feeling of. I don't know where to jump in, and we're throwing 5 people in the mix here, 4 tonight. You know, it's not easy, people, and we really do. I'm grateful for everybody's time they donate to the show, and what
It's like
they do.
Hollywood Squares.
Yeah, like look at me. I never get it right. Hi, Will.
No.
How you doing?
Hi.
You know, it's we're giving back. we're doing what we can to give back because we've been given it, and you know, I work on this show sun up to sundown, and I still blow the production as we're going through it. I don't know where
You're
anybody's camera is. I'm like, wait, this one, that one, this one. So yeah, it's a lot. It's hard to be the host and produce it. So my
Live.
friends here,
But
yeah,
you
live,
got to add
live.
live why it's actually happening.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
Yeah.
practice it and it never
That's
works out. I click on the
multitasking.
wrong thing. I'm also working with a piece of program that is very difficult to navigate.
streaming your
StreamYard, yep. Mike invented a new word tonight. Automatic. Very cool. Just
so you
for
didn't actually
today.
have a solution. Put it on
What?
Do Not Disturb. You said put it on an airplane. I can't do that. So what's
just-
the solution?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I know this. You're doing something wrong.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That I know.
I agree.
User error. All right. Will, take us out, kid.
Just for today.
Oh, I always forget I have to click on it to move it.
The School of Recovery. This is a program for learning. Learning and
Mm.
recovery is hard work. The things we most need to know are often the hardest to learn. We study recovery to prepare ourselves for the experiences life will give us. As we listen to others share in meetings, we take mental notes we can refer to later. January 22nd, 2025. page 22, basic text, page 16.
Yahtzee.
Yeah, yo.
And that is when you read what's on the screen.
Didn't I already read that?
No.
Oh, so
He switched it.
Yeah.
To be prepared, we study our notes and literature in between lessons, just as students have the opportunity to apply their knowledge during tests. So do we have the opportunity to apply our recovery during times of crisis? As always, we have a choice in how we will approach life's challenges. So we can dread and avoid them as threats to our serenity, or we can gratefully accept them as opportunities for growth. By confirming the principles we've learned in recovery, life's challenges give us increased strength. Without such challenges, however, we could forget that we've learned and begin to stagnate. These are the opportunities that prod us to new spiritual awakenings. We will find that there are often a period of rest after each crisis, giving us time to get accustomed to our new skills. Once we've reflected on our experience, we are called on to share our knowledge with someone who is studying what we've just learned. In the School of Recovery, all of us are teachers as well as students.
That's it. All right, so
just for today, today's over by the time you read that.
Yeah, it's a little, shut up. So I like
today, Junior.
I like that back and forth. Kajsa's there. Obsession's been lifted. Mike, he's just looks like an air traffic controller on the tarmac at LaGuardia. And Willie D is awesome. So thank you for joining us for episode 77 of Talkin' Trash.
I get knocked down.